I wanted to share three things with you all. First, what I need to give to the humanity. Gifts from Mahakailasa. The science of enlightenment, the science of power manifestation, the science of becoming superconscious beings. This is the essence of why life happened on planet Earth. Why living beings happened on planet Earth. My purpose is to give superconscious breakthrough for which living beings have happened on planet Earth. So all the gifts, I have so much to give it to all of you. And I tell you, this Aushadha science, the thoughts can be used to program plants, herbs. I have already proved this not only through me, through my Gurukul Balasans. My Balasans can talk to any rose plant for 10 days without touching the rose plant, make that rose plant drop all their thorns, not one. Hundreds of rose plants under CCTV camera. All my kids do is they go and sit and talk to those plants, relate with those plants, give them the love, feeling secured, energy and consciousness. Those plants just drop the thorns. I have proved this science multiple times, thousands of times, through many of my balasans, in many of my ashrams, and still I can prove, I can demonstrate even now. So this is the science. And now I want to tell you the next level. Any disease, the cure needed for the disease is a conscious energy which need to be inserted into your body, can be programmed into any herb, and that herb can be given to you, you will be healed. It's a science. It's a greater science. This science is called Aushadhi. This is the core science of materia medica of Hindu medicine. Understand? I have learnt this Aushadhi science from my three gurus. My gurus, three of them are masters of this Aushadhi science. Isakki Swami and Kuppammal. I always considered both of them as together, one being, because actually one being used both the bodies. I know for sure. Only one person used both the bodies. And Raghupati Yogi. We even have a beautiful photograph of Raghupati Yogi personally applying an Aushadha on one of his disciple. The disciple, I think, is from outside India, abroad. He had some paralytic attack. Just only in 3 days, my Guru has healed him completely with Aushadha and Narayana Swami Tata. These three masters of this Aushadha science. gave me this knowledge. Of course, ultimately, Arunagiri Yogeshwara Paramashiva himself showered the whole experience and expertise. Listen. Herbs can be programmed. Plants can be programmed. Consciously programmed. This is the Hindu Materia Medica science. If somebody learns this science, it is 100 times more than getting any MBBS, MD or anything. Unfortunately, Hindus neither understood nor recognized due to the continuous persecution done on them, genocide done on them. All the knowledge of the Hindu tradition was destroyed, and even Hindus are made to lose confidence on the knowledge. And after a few generations of brainwashing, even Hindus feel all these are false, and they attack the Hindu gurus who are trying to revive all these great truths. It's like some part of your own body destroying your body, like autoimmune disorder. Hindus have been infected by the anti-Hindu elements with the autoimmune disorder. Part of your own body destroys your body, like HIV virus, this AIDS. That kind of a mental setup has been infused, consciousness has been infused into Hindus. And unfortunately, due to this hundreds of years of persecution and making sure all this knowledge not available to common Hindus, this all made to look like a myth, fake stories, legend, or maybe long before, thousands of years before the science was there, but now it is not there, or it is not possible to revive. All these kind of ideas are inserted into the common Hindus' minds. And anybody who is trying to establish, revive the science is beaten black and blue and destroyed. See, unfortunately, Hindus lost the understanding about this collective integrity. See, if a ship has to stay afloat, all the mechanisms in that ship need to stay integrated. It can be the maintenance engineer or the cleaning staff, captain, all the equipments fixed in the ship, everything, the machineries, and all human beings, all of them need to be integrated for the ship to stay afloat. A maintenance supervisor cannot say, I have done my job, but the cleaning staff is not doing his job. What can I do? Anyhow, if the ship sinks, I will not be blamed because I have done my job. If a maintenance engineer thinks he is a fool because when the ship sinks, he is also going to die. Not only he is going to lose his job, he is going to lose his life. Please see the photograph of my Guru, Raghupati Yogi, applying Aushadha on a patient and healing him from stroke. Maybe he had a stroke and some problem in his spine. So Raghupati Yogi applied the Aushadha and healed him completely. I've seen the Raghupati Yogi's love and compassion. Now listen, let me tell you. For the ship to stay afloat and reach the place where it need to reach, everyone in the ship need to be integrated. It's called collective integrity. A maintenance engineer cannot think, oh, I have done my job, but the fuel manager is not doing his job, or the cleaning person is not doing his job. So if the ship sinks, I will not be blamed. I will not be questioned. I am safe. Let whatever happens to others, or whatever others do or don't do, what is there for me? That level of integrity will not work for the ship to stay afloat. This is exactly done by the Hindus. In the modern day, everyone says, oh, I have tried my best. I have done my best. But others are not doing. What can I do? I have seen this as a typical mold. Same narrative. Whether it comes to reclaiming the political legitimacy of the Hindus, or reclaiming their temples, or reclaiming their organizations and religious freedom, or any guru's organizations running. Please understand, any problem Hindus are facing, still being the slave. Please be very clear. Any Hindu not living under the Hindu constitution is a slave. This is a definition. How the Muslims are very clear. If you are not living under the Islamic law, Islamic constitution, you are a slave. So be very clear. Hindus should understand, if you are not living under Hindu constitution and Hindu law, if you are not living somewhere, please listen. Let me put it very clearly. If you are living in a place where Veda Agamas are the constitution and Manusmriti is the jurisprudence, you can freely declare, you can openly declare, you are a free Hindu. You are a Hindu with freedom to practice Hinduism. Anyone living anywhere where the Veda Agamas are not constitution and Manusmriti is not jurisprudence, you are a slave. At least realize it. Wake up to the truth, reality. What you should do, all that I don't know. I'll at least tell the truth. At least wake up to the truth. Be very clear about it. So whether you ask the Hindus, why are you living a slavery life? Why you don't have a religious freedom? Why your temples are not under you, it's under the government? Why your temple wealth is not used for running gurukuls, the Hindu schools? Why your temple wealth is not being used to develop and spread Hindu medicines? The most funny thing, many of the so-called Hindu ashrams and Hindu organizations run Christian medical institutions. They are not realizing we have a great Hindu medical science, because the Hindu medical science is neither given legal legitimacy nor given social legitimacy. It's always under constant threat. Even though the Hindu medicinal system is its depth and breadth, everything is far more than any other medical system in the world. $2,000 before, our guys have performed cosmetic surgery. The Hindu doctors and Hindu medical visionaries like Shushruta, many of the Hindu surgeons, if we have developed our science and retained what we developed, today the Hindu medicine would have been the most powerful. And Hindu medicine is always about the healing and cure. It has nothing to do with monetizing. See, the Hindu medicine is kept in pure form without economical agendas and political agendas. By being kept with the Brahmanas, neither the economical agendas of the Vaishyas can interfere, nor the political agendas of the Kshatriyas can interfere with the Hindu medicinal system. The whole knowledge was vested with the Brahmanas. And please, all of you understand, when I talk about the Varna, it is based on the quality of a person, not by birth. You ask any question to Hindus, why your medical system, Hindu medicinal system is destroyed? Why you guys are not having any respect for the greatest and oldest jurisprudence, the Hindu law Manusmriti? Everyone will have one answer. Oh, I am done, I am doing whatever I can, but others are not doing. What can I do? Exact answer. A maintenance engineer in a ship, if he gives, what will happen to the ship? That exactly same thing is happening to these guys. We need Hindus to start thinking with a collective integrity. Not only I will do my job as maintenance engineer, I will make sure the fuel manager does his job as fuel manager, and cleaning person does his job as a cleaning person. We need that kind of an ecosystem for Hinduism to be revived. I decided very clearly, that can be done only in a place where we have political legitimacy and political sovereignty. With the grace of Paramashiva, I got a place. Maybe small, but I got a place with a political legitimacy and political sovereignty for Hinduism. Hindu nation, Kailasa. Only in this place, this collective integrity ecosystem can be built. A maintenance engineer spends 60% of his working time for his job and the other 40% to integrate with other teams and make sure the other teams are also in integrity so the ship stays afloat.